Take one. Cool. All right, so we just got here in the location, and as you can see, this is an awesome set. It's a retro 60s, 70s kind of set, and I think it's pretty authentic. I think some of the props are, I think most of the props are actually really legit. Like, they're actually old. I scouted here the day before, and I know that near the end of the day, there's this kind of cool like streak of light around this area. Part of what we kind of did with the costuming is that, yeah, it's a little bit retro. It's not full on 60s or 70s, but when she gets there, I guess we'll find out exactly what we got. It's perfect. The natural light is really good, but we are gonna be using some mirrors this time. A little bit more like a filmmaker's kind of trick, but we're gonna see how that looks. And actually, I should start setting it up right now. There's only 2 of us, so we can't carry a whole lot of gear. There's nothing like more powerful than the sun, so that's what's kind of funny. Like, you can use, you know, a $2 mirror, and it could be more powerful than some of the lights that cost like $5,000 that you're buying. You know, maybe not $5,000, but at least a couple $100 that you could beat. But it's a really cheap, effective way to get some powerful lighting. It's just a plastic mirror, so it should be pretty safe as it is, but you know, there we go. Ready and good to go. So let's see when I put it in somewhere. So we'll probably have to move this, but let's just see proof of concept. We're gonna have to move that for sure. You know what I should have done? I should have used my hand. So I'm gonna go ahead and see how this mirror works. Just kind of see it like it was a film set, how this will look very natural. Okay, so this. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I had those,
that looks so cool. All of this looks so cool. I love the texture on all of this. It's about like the coordination, right? It's like that just comes from the skill, right? The fashion skills. As a combination,
like
that's
together,
pretty clear. Yeah, any one of these has layers.
Have like...
So at points like this, just make the call. It's not like it's you're not gonna, if you know you're not gonna go wrong, you're gonna like just, the only way you could go wrong if you spend too much time be worried if you're gonna go wrong.
Okay, gotcha.
So I'm gonna make that call, this one, and then we're gonna see what happens with the top layer. It might get a little hot in here, but today I have my awesome assistant Amanda. I've known her for many, many years. If you're new to the channel, my name is Jay, and I go across LA shooting with professional working models, and I bring you along for the ride. And you know how you're only supposed to like show your best work at all times? Yeah, I don't do this on this channel. We try to show as much as we can so we can all learn together. And if you're interested in this kind of content, make sure you watch some of the other videos, see if it's the kind of thing you like. But you probably noticed I don't have a whole lot of subscribers. So if you subscribe, totally makes my day. Thank you to the ones who have already subscribed. We're gonna be doing a boudoir shoot today. So we're starting off like, hey, you're French, right?
Yes.
Is it boudoir or is it, what is it like, well, you do it.
Boudoir.
Boudoir. Because we're in America and we speak Americanese, all right? That's the freedom pronunciation. Deal with it. I wonder if we can get trapped in that refrigerator and we have that Men in Black egg chair thing. Looks pretty awesome. And finally, we have the couch that, you're not supposed to sit on that. So I'm pretty excited. Let's go and see how that works out. I'm gonna put this. Can you turn your head towards the, woo! And this is the one thing I don't like, fiddling with gear. Juliet, careful. Don't look directly into the mirror. And that should help her with the glow up. Perfect, just like that. So let's go and show it with and without. Can you stand right here, Amanda, and get that shot towards her? So I'm gonna go ahead and do it with no light. And then with the mirror just coming back, it looks very natural because in a way, it is about as close as you're gonna get to sunlight. Looks good? All right, let's do this. And we're rolling. Oh, way too awesome. Getting a pretty wide shot of everything, great. And lean a little bit more into me like you just did. Very cool, very cute.
Here, I'm shooting pretty wide and up close to the model. Normally here that portraits should be further back and zoom back in to have a flattering look, which is true. But if you know what you're going for, and in this case I wanted it to feel close to the model and kind of slightly quirky, then you can absolutely break that guideline. Looking flattering isn't the only thing to consider in a portrait.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop for 1 second.
These are some of my favorites of the shoot, and they are pretty wide by portrait standards. Now, I'm one of those photographers who tend to shoot in RAW format and with a slightly lower exposure, so I could bring it back up in post. And luckily for me, Fuji always seems to kind of underexpose naturally by about a third of a stop.
I was on a hiatus from previous engagements and I didn't know what to do. So I went to my friend's house in LA. It was very nice to let me sleep on his couch for 2 months, and I didn't think I was gonna stay, but voila, it's been 4 years and I'm still here and I love it. But I started modeling actually before that when I was in Atlanta. It was really random. I did this pageant for my university at this time, and this photographer saw me and he was like, I wanna do a shoot with you. And I said, really? And I looked super awkward, but still here. I love those photos. And then it kind of started like that and it never stopped.
So one thing I'm trying to force myself to do more often is, so Fuji marks their lenses with the focal lengths. I'm gonna pick one and stick with it. From filmmaking, you kind of have these numbers of what does what, like gives you what feeling. And sometimes when you have a zoom, you're just depending on it instead of walking forward. So I'm picking 23 and I'm sticking with it. That's like a 35mm wide and full frame. Gives me a classic look. Very cool.
Because I love the studio so much, I really wanted to show off the full body and the environment. Juliet had these flared pants and white boots that were also kind of 70s-ish, which added to the retro vibe.
I'm not giving her much in the way of directions because she's just running with it now. Oh, very cool. And what? I love that no part of this set doesn't work. This all works great. Now I'm going to start with close-ups. I'm going to go to 55. Very cool. A little bit. Very cool. I'm going to go for about 10 more shots. Is that when the model changes level, I try to change along with them if it complements, which it does in this case. So still sticking with 23. Oh, very cool. I'm getting this cool glow behind her.
I love the volume in her hair, and I really wanted the backline to give it more dimension in these photos. I did add some more shine and volume to her hair in editing to make it really stand out.
Wow, Juliet. Wow. I've shot with models who turned out to also be photographers. I didn't know about it. And I will tell you this, I know some guys will be like intimidated because it's like, oh, she knows when I'm faking it. It's like, I just tell everyone I'm always faking it. It's also really helpful because exactly what's happening. She knows the shot I'm going for and she just... Yeah. So this is one of the hardest parts between still photography and cinematography in my opinion. Setting up this light, I'm not sure if it's going to work. And so I'm a little nervous because I have to move fast and at the same time, I'm telling myself, don't move fast. Fast is slow. And so it is working, it looks like. So what I want to do is, because the sun can reach out here, I have to shoot the light up here, bounce this back behind her. So I'm gonna have her in front of the refrigerator and then I'm gonna bring this in so then it kind of side lights her and makes her hair glow. But yeah, this is what you gotta do, and I did not want to bring on a full-on lighting kit. And so this is sort of the MacGyver version of it. Good to go.
I would say if you're starting right now, I would say get digitals. You know, strip down photos of just you and your body and then invest in yourself. Find a photographer that works with agency models and pay, because those photographers can direct you. They can tell you how to pose. They can have like this whole training session can be done with them. And yes, it's expensive. It can be anywhere from $500 to $1,000 if you have hair and makeup. But guess what? Those photos are going to be so strong. They're going to be in your portfolio and you can submit them to agencies if that's the route you want to go to. My body type is high fashion, so I am very tall and I would do runway if I wasn't a butt at doing runway. It's a work in progress, but I do a lot of commercial. I do a lot of e-com, so brands will call me and ask me to model for their lines. Right now, I want to be doing more storytelling and acting, so I'm focusing more on that.
And then a little bit forward. Great. Great. Love it. Oh, very cool. I'm going super wide now. Same one? Yes, there you go. I'm loving this. And then 5, 4. Got it. We got it. So we need this right now to soften the light that's gonna be on her face. Otherwise, it was a little bit too harsh right there. So it's too harsh right there. And then as I put in the thing, it's gonna soften up the light on her face. And let's just have it. There we go. I am making the call. We will have nothing in front of her. All right, I am switching off to a long lens in this one. Why? Because I haven't shot long yet. So,
Now, I usually like to pre-visualize the look before I shoot, so randomly switching to a long lens isn't always great advice, but I'm not against experimenting either, and in this case it worked out really well. I like that compressed look against the wall.
but she's doing a great job, so I should not wreck her flow.
Now, in this final shot, I knew it would be one of the hardest. I saw some variation of the upside down shot on Pinterest and wanted to give it a try. I've never done it before, and it didn't come out exactly the way I envisioned, but I still liked it, so there we go.
Yeah, it is. Now it shows up really obvious because
Now, why did I choose these? Biggest reason is variation. I try to pick photos that are very different from each other, even if it means cutting out shots that I liked, just because they're similar in setup to another better shot. But you tell me if you liked any of these. I really do like hearing feedback if you liked them or didn't like them, and why.
I really love what we got. We got so much more variations. And you know what? I was picturing that we're gonna do a little bit more boudoir, but at the same time, like, we got so many great costumes. I love what we were getting. We just spent a lot of time there. I have like no regrets. I really love what we got. So I want to thank Juliet, fantastic model. Reach out to her. If you guys are like in LA and you're looking for someone to shoot with who knows what she's doing and give you a lot of ideas, there's your woman. If you need someone who will mostly do her job right, no, I was kidding. Amanda was fantastic. I've known her for years. I'm so glad like we got to spend time like finally on the shoot together. My thoughts. So I loved this entire set. I'm just like in love with it. I will shoot here again because there were so many different ideas I couldn't shoot in a time slot. I kind of have this thing where I like 90 minutes of energy, of hard energy, and then we're gonna call it. We're not gonna try to squeeze out every little bit. It's just my thing. We also got to play with the mirrors, and it wasn't nearly as many problems as I was worried about. It cost very little. I think my entire setup right here was about, I want to say, $35 total. Juliet, what did you think of the shoot? Hi, Mike, here you go.
Hello. I'm kind of like you. I love working fast. So I like my energy has a good like 2 hour like, and then I have to have a break. So right now I'm feeling really still. But this studio is amazing.
Right.
It's so versatile. I mean, you can do so much. And next time I have to come with 8 outfits.
Again, check out the other videos if you're into this kind of content. Subscribe, it makes my day. But you know, check it out first. How do you guys feel? Okay?
Awesome.
It was a really good shoot. Thank you to everyone, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Close your eyes for a minute, close your eyes for a second. I won't change my mind. What does getting deep now? What does getting